The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
So Tashina Arnold posted on Twitter, or asked a question on Twitter. It got some people moving and shaking and steamed a little. And you came in, when you came in, you were listening to a podcast, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Of the woman saying, you know, what was she saying? She was basically saying the type of men women should look for men.
She was saying it was kind of the reason why a lot of black women are single, and she was saying that it's because it's the availability of the eligible black men, in paraphrase terms.
Gotcha. And it kind of transitioned into this question that Tashina Arnold asked, which was, what can black women do to help with the emasculation of black men? Now, I can ask that question to you, being a black woman. And I don't know what your affiliation or your experience is with the emasculation of the black man, but how do you love a black man?
We were talking earlier, and I was saying, like, in my younger age, boy, I would go in on a black man. Like,
and see, that's a Pandora's box to open too.
Yeah, so
because it becomes a why.
Yeah, it becomes a why. That can go a long way. Like in my 20s, yeah, I would go in. Like, you ain't nothing. Blah 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 blah. This, you know, it could be from the slightest thing. But as I've gotten older, and you just kind of sit back, it comes with maturity. You kind of sit back and relax, and you realize all the things that a man does go through every day. Like, I would get mad at my ex for maybe not answering the phone when he should have, and not doing this, not realizing.
I was in church.
Yeah, not realizing the things he is dealing with emotionally, the things he's dealing with
emotional
mentally.
damage.
Yes. Not even realizing that, but sitting back as you get older and you just start to observe, you realize, wow, some of the things I said, I really emasculated that man for things maybe he didn't want to accomplish, maybe things I wanted him to accomplish and he didn't want to accomplish. Maybe he didn't just have it in him. Maybe there were some things that happened when he was young. I don't know, but you start to really realize I need to uplift this man versus emasculating this man.
And so then I asked you, not necessarily define the word emasculate, but explain or tell us, what does emasculation look like? Like, in other words, you saying you would tear him up for...
It looks like Jada Pinkett Smith to Will Smith.
But what does it look like?
No, I'm just kidding.
Because if she was doing it while we couldn't see it. You get what I'm saying?
No, it's looking like pretty much, and that's not public because I never did it publicly.
That's what I'm saying,
even
right.
If for me, it can be publicly. You can emasculate.
So at least you waited till y'all got in the car.
Yeah, it'd be in the car.
Like, soon as I get you home.
It'd be in the car, like, oh, okay, so kind of like when the lady was speaking about eligible black men. When you're a certain education level, you want somebody else your certain education level. So it's like the person's educated, well, you just want to be dumb, huh?
So you just cool with that GED.
Cool. Yeah, you just cool with being subpar. You just cool with being mediocre. Like, yes, like that is.
You're like, I own my own home.
So you just want to be whacked for the rest of your life, huh? Okay, let's go to the store. Like, but you're not thinking anything of it. And sometimes in our mind, and it's not, we call ourselves, that's not uplifting.
That ain't how it works.
In my mind, well, maybe if I talk about
encourage him.
That's encouragement. Maybe if I talk about him bad enough, he'll want to prove me wrong. But you're not realizing, wow, you are at all. Yeah. But again, that takes maturity. When you're like, I have emasculated this man, I'm just pretty much telling him he's nothing. I don't know that we can go to work every day and I can tell him he's not nothing. I am wrong. It takes you to reflect back, like, and I can say this, in my younger, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that, but that's what emasculation looks like to me. And that's a private emasculation. Some people take it further, some people take it deeper.
Yeah.
I've said stuff like, you know, you ain't nothing, you ain't no money. Listen.
You ain't nobody.
Listen, I've said things, okay? I have, paraphrased some things,
She said paraphrase.
I have said some things that were wrong, and then I look back and was like, you can't tell nobody.
Are you
that.
serious?
You can't do that. You don't do
that is a man.
You don't do anybody like that. But I think we talked about where it derives from. Sometimes it can derive from daddy issues. Sometimes it can derive from different things that have happened in your childhood. And yes, I grew up with a very loving mother, but I did not grow up with a father in the household. I grew up with father figures, but not a father in the household.
So that for you created
it could have created more of a, not a hate for men, maybe like a disdain for men. Like, I just don't like your existence.
Felt like you were
right now.
challenging him.
Yeah, like kind of like, or
daring
maybe
him.
wanting him to be better than what I saw. You know, it could be.
I got
there
you.
could be different variables.
No,
to this
yeah, of
thing, But it
course.
wasn't. I did go to therapy, y'all, so I ain't crazy.
No, that's
I'm
what's
messing
up.
with you, but I'm for Jesus in therapy. But I think really when I went to therapy, I said, "Girl, you're gonna be the reason I found a husband because I'm not gonna be emasculating these men anymore." Because I see
I'm learning.
where the root of the issue is. But I think we do it sometimes as women, and sometimes we do it as black women, and this is a bad way of displaying it because we want so much for y'all, and that's what my emasculation is as hard as it came from a good place.
Like deep
And deep down, I really, really wanted him to do better for himself. Like, I promise you,
That's funny.
I really wanted him to do better for himself.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
me, the way
you
that
didn't know how
I
to.
executed, yeah, the way I
Yeah.
executed was all the
It was
way
poor.
wrong. Yeah.
Operative
Poor
word being
execution.
execute.
Like this man is on a firing
Yeah,
range.
it was. And plus, they just took it, but you know, it was absolutely wrong. Now, do I still want the same for black men? Yeah, would I display that type of?
Not that way.
No, not that way. So I think sometimes we do that as when we display it the wrong way. We want so much for y'all, but our actions don't. They don't come out.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, hopefully wherever he is now,
He's much better
he got his
placed.
stuff together.
Yeah,
That's like the movie with Wesley Snipes and Sanaa Lathan. They were dating. He
Was it something
disappearing
new?
acts or training.
there
Is
you
it that
go.
it?
That's the what was he like a construction
Yes,
worker? Then he
yep,
went back to
yep,
school at the
yep,
end and got
yep.
his It was disappearing act.
Something like is that it? Or somebody's acts.
It might
I'ma
been.
Google it.
But I know, but that it reminded me of that because she wanted more for him.
And a lot of black women want more. And I think sometimes the emasculation, I just want to say this too, I think it comes out of frustration sometimes.
Gotcha.
Because I want more for you than you want for yourself. And I think that goes back to
And it's just,
it is just, why can't you see what I see in you?
Can't
Why,
you see?
why are you afraid of success? Like, dude, what is going on? So
Yeah.
I think that's
Could
where
be,
I
though.
think so sometimes that is the case. And I think that's where it comes from sometimes too.
And nobody wants to explore. Well, now we won't say nobody wants to, but a lot of cases with that frustration, you're not given the opportunity to explore what is going on.
Right.
Are you really afraid of success?
Right.
Do you think that you're not smart enough? Because maybe we, you know
And
what I'm
that
saying?
should
We don't
be
know
the
what's going on
that
in his
should
brain.
be the conversation, not telling you that you're just dumb.
Like you're an idiot.
And that should be, and I think that dialogue.
Now get in the shower, get in this bedroom. You know what I'm saying? And then you want him to perform. He like, yeah, this ain't gonna happen. I'm not feeling you right now.
I don't even want to be here no more.
She has his balls in her purse at that point.
Exactly. Because that plays that that plays a role in all of that.
In all of that. Yeah, absolutely.
I ain't gonna want you after that.
It would be.
I don't even want to hold you after that. I don't even want no PDA.
I ain't gonna get you no McDonald's.
None of that.
Nothing.
Take you out to eat. What? Like,
exactly.
Your feet are cold.
Yeah. Now, so, but the question is still remains: what do you feel as a black woman can be done, not just from you, but just if you think of a grander scope?
This the dialogue, like the conversation, kind of like what you said. Instead of talking down to somebody, lift them up. Because y'all do, as I say, as you get older, you realize the things that y'all do go through in life. And we were talking about, it's a whole different scenario. We were talking about the whole police situation. How you emasculated by a policeman. And at that
in front
time,
of his girl.
at that time, you know, so you see things like that and it changes your perspective. But just uplifting our black men, sometimes just complimenting a black man. I realize that y'all need compliments too. Just like a woman, it doesn't have to be that I like you, I'm flirting. It has to be a flirtatious thing. Somebody can say, "Oh, I like your hair.
Nice
Oh,
shirt.
a nice shirt. Oh, you looking, you looking spiffy today."
Yeah.
It's something like,
Right.
just uplifting our black men because we don't know what y'all hear every day. So if I'm a black woman, it's, "Oh, you looking sharp today. All right, I see something just like that." If it's somebody that you don't know,
I see you, queen.
yeah, right.
I see you, king.
And if you're having a bad day, that'll kind of lift you up. Like, oh, I still got it.
You know what?
I'm here doing
Shoot.
it. Like little
I'm going to
stuff-
get a job.
I think I will call them back.
right? Little things like that, I think.
It means something.
Yeah.
Now I know you have to also, as a woman, be careful because some men don't know how to take that.
Some people
Meaning,
don't
they
get
think
me on
you're
that.
hitting on
Don't get me
them.
on that tangent. You can't be nice to some people. Like, I was smiling. I said hello.
Good morning. You know.
I said hello.
Yeah.
But that's
Oh, she want my number.
Yeah. Get that Google phone.
Right.
But that I'm telling you, women, it will help you out.
Save your life.
But,
Told you she wanted us.
Right.
But yeah, you do have to be careful in that sense. But I think with like if somebody that you know privately, just having discussions with them, open dialogue, just uplifting them. Sometimes it's easy as, hey, how's your day going? How you feeling today? You know, things like that. Before you going in on somebody, like, where you been? Why you answering my phone? Well, maybe there's a reason he didn't answer the phone call. Maybe there's a reason for this. First of all, ask you, how has your day been? Like something
ease
simple.
me
Like,
in.
Yeah, ease me. And then, okay, so that was 2:00. So why did you answer at 3?
Right.
Then you can get to the facts.
You know,
But
we having a nice
just,
pork and
you
bean
know,
dinner. You know what I'm saying?
it's the dialogue, the conversations I think that we miss. And
That's
to me is
important.
where it starts.
Yeah.
Because like I forget the actual it's in Proverbs about a man being on the roof.
What did I mention earlier?
Yeah,
I mentioned that verse
Been in a
that
home
you
with
talk
an
about.
unruly
Yeah.
woman. 'Cause we all go through stuff. But I'm talking about it from a man's perspective. You don't want to come home to that after you left it out in the world. You know?
Yeah. Now I understand.
That's supposed to be your
Sanctuary, yeah. And it's hard because, like you said, you're speaking out of a frustration. So I think it kind of two things kind of have to happen, which is acknowledge or recognize that there's a frustration and dial that back. You know, as the woman, because other than if you don't, it's going to come out.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. As a woman, you can't tell us.
I
you
know.
Can't say it like
It's
that.
kind of moot right now.
You can't say down that back like, whoo.
Like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying?
Because if I got to come home today, I'm sitting in the driveway for at least 30 minutes.
It's the
I'm
Goodfellas
in the driveway
scene where dude wakes up in the morning and Karen got the gun to his face. And he's like, I got to go out there with the wolves every day.
I can't come
home to you. I'm out there with the bad guys.
Yeah, I'm going to be in the driveway just contemplate some stuff before I come in there.
Well, that's the thing. You're going to either be in the driveway or you're going to be in somebody else's driveway.
Man, you better believe it.
Again, that all comes with maturity and what you learn and what you know.
You better believe it.
Yeah, I see.
He'll be in somebody else's driveway. Now, I know it works both ways. I do. I get it. So a woman can be in somebody else's driveway too.
Right about
but
it.
he will. She's like, you already know.
Telling me to pull that back down. That back come on top.
If I put that down one more time,
down the back and be down.
yeah, my coworker going out.
But I think it's a two-way street, though. I mean, but yeah, but on the emasculation, the subject is the emasculation of men.
Yeah.
That is to me where it starts. The conversation, the dialogue, the men. Y'all like to be treated like kings too. If you're dating somebody, hey, it's okay to have a meal cooked when he comes home.
Nothing wrong with that.
If y'all married or whatever, a little bath water run. But
Drink your bath water.
That is okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're taught that the man should spoil me, but it's okay to spoil your man as
It's
well.
okay.
Now I'm not saying
Beyonce
if y'all
cater
just
to
date-
you.
Yes,
Well,
cater to
Destiny's
you.
Child, whatever, yeah.
Yes. Now I'm not saying if y'all just dating, you buying him Jordans and playing
of course.
video games. That's not what I'm
Getting
saying.
him a PS5.
Yeah,
you
PS5.
know?
I'm saying if y'all in a very committed relationship or you
of
are
course.
together, y'all are
Working on
married,
my Call of Duty
nuptials
sport.
going. Yeah, that is totally
That is cool.
okay.
Because I always say, like, Valentine's Day, it's somehow or another K's and commercials have steered the day to women.
Yeah, it's all.
It's a day for, which is a day for lovers.
Yeah, it's a day
If
for
you're-
lovers.
For love. And I always say, and this could be done on a grand scheme, your man wants flowers too, but just don't send them to him. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Y'all want legit like physical flowers?
A flower could be a steak.
but well, I'm using a physical.
It's a
flower.
metaphor.
It's a metaphor though, because but I always say, your man your man send you flowers at your job. Your man wants flowers sent to him too. Just don't do it. You get what I'm saying? In other words, he just wants to be treated the same. Not I get a card and you get the steak. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
And I think too, that's where if you want, I don't want to take this relationship. If you want to take it relationship wise too, I think it's important to know your partner's love language.
Facts.
Because that would be your flowers as
Very
well.
important, yeah.
That's very important if you like gifts or you like affection. Whatever your love language is, that plays a part in how you don't emasculate a man as well, just showing them that you love him, which elevates their love. So it's a lot of variables in that.
A lot of variables, yeah. Yeah.
But dialogue is definitely where it starts.
Yeah. I fortunately I have not been in a relationship where I felt like I was being emasculated. I don't think. And I say this partially arrogantly, while I was at the same time acknowledging arrogantly, you know what I'm saying? That because I kind of control the the scene. You get what I'm saying?
You had the right woman then, because she.
Well, when men like another, what nothing you could say to me because I was already this.
Oh, so so what it matter if
was
she
like
said
water off a
something
duck.
like you were like, girl, go on.
Bye with that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to go over here and see Gina
Yeah,
anyway.
next. If you don't respect me, you know what I'm saying? And you busy. Right in front of her. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Type of deal. But that's I'm not saying it's an isolated thing, but it's just maybe it was my deflectiveness. It was my defense.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Mechanism.
There you go. Maybe see again another breakthrough. Maybe it was more of a defense for me. So whatever it is you might be wanting to say, water off a duck's back. Right. Yeah, whatever.
That's how you didn't let it penetrate.
Yeah. I'm Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, ever been talked down to, emasculated, or felt emasculated in a relationship, D?
No, not really. I'm kind of the same way. Just made tracks, brother. Like I kind of ghosted, out a couple of situations.
No, you felt it, like
when I felt it, I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work.
We're done.
And it's a no.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I think you saying on one hand the way you talk to a man, but you're talking to him out of frustration and knowing and recognizing or acknowledging that you need to dial it back. But yet at the same time, but you're talking to a woman and you're asking her to dial it back.
Yeah. It's the communication on both ways. Mm-hmm. Like you just like, who you say? What you say? You want me to do what? Tell me to dial it back one more time.
But who has to tell you that? Is it another woman?
What do you say?
Like if a man says, "Well, listen, calm down," because that's how
I ain't gonna lie,
you're crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Now I was cool with the
don't
calm
call
down.
me crazy,
and then we can say crazy. I'm gonna show you crazy.
Right.
I think sometimes it's self-reflect. Like some words you just shouldn't use in an escalated situation. Like calm down, dial it back. Like hey, let's just talk about it.
Yeah, can we argue in the living room and get out the kitchen?
Yeah, some words you stay away from.
You got to stay away from. Yeah,
male or female, you just stay away from those words.
I agree.
Dial it back is one of them. But the listen, actually, women respect that. When a man says, "Yo, just listen," you be like, all right, what you got to say? You're clearly just upset. What you got?
It fast.
Now, that I've always respected. Like no woman wants a man she can run over. So when you say, not disrespect.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But you just be like, hey, listen, I'm really trying to speak. You be like, okay, what you got to
That's
say?
all I wanted you to do.
Yes,
Zaddy.
Yeah, we kind of like that. We like, okay, well, what you got to say then?
Filet it is. That's funny.
Somebody getting steak tonight.
Right. And potatoes. Oh, that is funny.
Oh
I don't know. It's the thing that I was saying about it was, I said sometimes I feel like we, and you followed up with something. I said I feel like we as black people, we kind of air our stuff out, and we're putting it all on the internet. Well, the black man should this, and the black man should that. Well, the black woman should this, and the black woman should that. Meanwhile, and I said America is black and white, even though we are a melting pot of all.
Right.
Meanwhile, I feel like sometimes we give an ammunition to the white.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Where they're like, you see? Exactly. Fathers don't stay in the home, and fatherless kids, and they don't marry, and you get what I'm saying? And like Kanye said, and once he get on, he leave your butt for a white girl. You know what I mean? And it's like, see? So why would we put respect on their name when they don't put respect on their name? But then you was like, well, that's just what's coming up in your feed.
Yeah, that's your algorithm.
With algorithms, yeah. yeah. So I'm sure there are arguments within the white community as well about certain things.
Yeah, we probably just don't. Me personally, I'm not racist. I can't say I don't see how I go. I'm not racist. I got white friends. I'm just joking, y'all. It's a joke. What I'm saying.
I kid.
Right.
What I'm saying is my timeline is probably, honestly, mostly minority. I'm not, it probably is just the stuff that I watch a lot of stuff. I'm not a big TV person, but what I do watch and the content and stuff, a lot of it is, stuff that I can relate to. So it might be minority based. So when I scroll through, I am going to see comments like the one I saw about, the eligible black man for the woman and things of that nature, the talk shows that I talk to. There's nothing against somebody else who might be the same color as me, same gender as me, might have a different timeline, and they might watch TMZ and all that other
Gotcha.
stuff, which will give them a different algorithm than I will.
perspective, yeah.
So I mean, that's just how my algorithm works.
Yeah, the way my algorithm is set up.
And I would say this too. Sometimes we air out stuff, and I don't, because it's not like we can have a community meeting. It's not like we can say, "Hey,
Hear
black
ye,
people, hey, let's talk about
Mercedes
Theater, let's talk about the black
Stadium.
Yeah, get us all come down here, and let's talk about the black man, the black woman, the relationships, and all.
Nobody will listen.
Nobody. So, but this is how we it's kind of therapy in a sense. It's how we can help each other. Because you could be sitting, a black woman could be sitting at home and like, I don't understand, Lord, why am I single? I don't get it. I'm trying. And then you come across a feed like that, be like, wow, there are other women who are like me that are single, who just don't want to, like the word settle. But I mean, who just don't want to.
I get the word
but you get what I'm saying in that sense. You like, is it just me, Lord? Okay, I have other women. And sometimes that can uplift your spirits if you know that you're not the only one in the world going through this dilemma. Right. So I think there's a sense, but don't get me wrong, there's sometimes when we air out stuff like, you could just keep this shit in the house. So it's a two-way street.
Yeah. All right, well, ladies, dial down the frustration, because I'm sure you're frustrated. Absolutely. As a black man, excuse me, watching other black men, I can become frustrated with seeing some of the things that I see. Mm-hmm. But turn the camera around, and they could be frustrated with some of the things they see about me. Exactly. You get what I'm saying? So I'm learning, and I constantly. I'm cool with the evolution of learning. I want to know if my way of thinking is this way, how can I elevate it,
right,
or change it, or better understand what it is. And I think sometimes we just get lost in translation. Mm-hmm. That's where we kind of stand.
Absolutely.
This is what I want in a man. If he ain't making this kind of money and matching my fly and blah blah blah, blah, and you got your list, which I understand. Men, I don't know if all men create a list per se, but I'm sure there's some things, at least mentally, he's thinking about that he would like to have. But, and I don't want to use this as a total excuse, but he also has to come up against certain things that makes it harder to achieve it. You get what I mean? Like, it's like when Chris Rock said, the black man, he living in the same community or neighborhood as a dentist. Mm-hmm. He said, a dentist. He says, I had to fly where this dentist got to walk to. Like, in other words, I had to go around the world telling these jokes. And he just got to walk into that neighborhood and said this one.
But here's what I'm gonna throw this in real quick, because so women, let's not forget that women go in with 2 strikes against us. Let's not forget that women get paid less than men. And that is a statistical fact. So let me get that out.
She's been on her stats all day.
Yeah, so let's not forget that. And then let's not forget that we're also black. And let's not forget, as is it Farrakhan who said it, that the black woman is the most disrespected woman. So let's not forget that either. I am not taking this. I didn't want to say that earlier because I didn't want to take this away from the emasculation of black men, because I think that is real. But when you say, well, men, because you did, what this trigger that you said, well, men go up against, but what women go up against as well. I think that's why there should be and I'm not saying that the black man, I know y'all go through some heavy burdens. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying respect the black woman too and what she goes through as well. Right. Just while we're respecting you and not trying not to emasculate, we trying to do better in our lives. I'm just saying respect what we go through as well. Respect absolutely. That if you're in corporate America and you're in a boardroom, majority of people probably won't look like you. And a black man will a lot of times a black man will get ahead. And this is just, a black man will get ahead in corporate America or business wise or CEO wise than a woman, because a woman is just looked down upon in those roles in general. And they put black on top of it, then you've got a 2-tier layer. So that's all I'm saying. They're just not, there's just not I disregard the black woman's struggle, but definitely I respect the black man's struggle. Like I said, self-reflection is major, and I think we have to uplift each other.
Now, do you think we, on both sides, do we use it in a sense as a crutch?
Absolutely not. I've been in corporate America. Nobody wants to go in.
Because they try to hold me down.
But you don't. Some people will use it as a crutch, but me living both entrepreneur world and corporate America world, you don't want to go in there because you go into a building, right? The white girl can be on her phone. She can because you're straight out of college. You're in the corporate business. She can be on her phone chilling. You can't do any of that. You've got to sit up straight. You've got to be on your computer. Even though you might not be watching BT, but the thing is, you've got to put on what they say, appearance is major. So you've got to put on a whole different appearance than that other person has, and so you got nepotism. You got all this going on. So it's just that I don't think anybody
systemic.
Systemic. So I think you can use it as a crutch if you want to, but most people use it as a stepping stone. I don't know anybody who wants to go through these struggles that we want to. We're still in 2022 and women. It's a constant struggle right now. They're trying to change it, but the fact is that women still do get paid less than men. So for the same exact positions we're talking about. So I don't think I don't know anybody who wants that struggle.
Yeah, no, I feel you. When you said that, it made me think of Tommy Davidson. I don't know if you've seen him on Vlad, actor, comedian Tommy Davidson. He was telling a story because he grew up in a white family. He was adopted. And he was telling a story about when he and his sister will go to school late. And his sister would get sent to class and he would get sent to detention. And he said, and this was a black principal. And he said it took a while before his mother realized what was happening, that she went up to the school and was like,
what's happening here?
What's happening here? Why is she coming at school at 9:05 like he is, getting sent to class, and he's getting sent to detention? And the principal was almost oblivious to the fact that he was just doing it, given the privilege, black principal, but giving the privilege to the white girl. And you get what I'm saying?
So I don't know if this is the correct term, but something like implicit bias, where it's just something that you're doing and you're not even real. It's kind of like when a white man. That's why corporate America is starting to pay attention to it. It's like when you just hire somebody because you're hiring somebody that looks like you. And so if the world is sending all these black men, I guess he said, well, the world is sending them to the world is detaining them. Boom, and then you've got the school to prison pipeline. Like I truly believe in that. Like once young boys become a certain age, then you start looking at them as threats. So there's a whole dynamic. That's why I say I definitely respect the black man's struggle. But I do think that's probably what he sees. It was common to him.
Yeah.
Hey, send the black boy.
Almost a no-brainer.
Yeah, almost a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Oh, she's white. White is right. Boom, sit on the class.
Black is black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just what he saw.
And that's sad.
It's super sad.
And he said the lesson that he learned from his mother with that was, because it was the caption that caught me. He says, my white mother, well, he just said his mother said, you're black, you're black. You cannot be late. She can be late, but you cannot be late. But not at school. She was just talking about in life. Yeah. Because you're going to be viewed differently.
And that is, and it was implicit bias. I was right. But yeah, absolutely. You just can't do certain things. There's certain things that you absolutely cannot. And is it right?
Yeah.
No, but is it fair? No, but it's life.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
It's life.
Yeah.
And his mother was absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And he heard that from a white woman.